Hello and welcome everybody. I am a bit delayed on this, but July 26th we had the global patch notes. They pretty much posted it quietly, but we have some details about a few things, so it might be interesting to still record it. So first off, we obviously have the Hyperboost being mentioned. That was also at the ball. So the idea is after graduating from season and completing Olvia, you will need to accomplish a few extra objectives, and you will obtain 3 sovereign weapons, a full set of Slumbering Origin armor, and Pen Kharazad accessories for every slot. That is going to be a massive gain. Also, the amount of Agris Essence required for the Slumbering Origin will be significantly reduced, and further measures will be introduced to assist with Kharazad enhancement. So judging from that, we're going to go right into it. First off, another small bonus. They're increasing the stats for Tuvala weapons and armors at Pen. So here we can see the increase on the main weapon from 114 and 18 to 122 and 26. It's not too much, but it'll add up a bit. Same thing for the DP and AP on the offhand. And the armors are going up by around 5 DP. So your boss ults will be a little bit stronger in the coming times. Also, the Tuvala equipment, the season boss equipment exchange voucher, which was allowed to be exchanged for boss equipment, will not be obtainable anymore. You're going to get a 1 kg gold bar for it. There was also the equipment exchange coupon quest, which could be exchanged, which will also be removed. All quests that allow for the exchange of boss equipment will also be removed, and this will all be done on July 30th for Global, 29th for Korea. And as mentioned, any boss equipment exchange coupons will be deleted and you will receive a 1 kg gold bar as compensation. Then we have the Olvia Academy benefits enhancements. So a challenge has been added that allows you to obtain a Pen Black Star weapon selection box. This is going to be pretty much an extra Pen Black Star. And 6 new rewards will be added into the combat section. So we're going to see another 4 hammers, a Twilight Jewel, and a Garmoth Heart. This is the entire package on that. Then we also have the special rewards. So here a quest will be added, which you will get the Slumbering Origin armors. You can obtain it by getting this quest from the Black Spirit. If you already have it, you get to pretty much heat this armor and you will get 1,500 cronstones and the item will disappear. So if you already have it, you can always melt it for extra crons, but you're pretty much going to have to defeat Golden Pig King. Actually, I think this is Golden Pig King 8 and 9, and Sangoon 8, and Gumiho, it looks like, in the end. Overall, defeat the bosses, and you're going to be able to get these. That's going to be a nice little bonus. The difficulty will also be adjusted, so here we can see the difficulty being lowered. The 330 will lower to 305, where you see some HP reduction, attack power reduction, summon creature attack power as well. This is pretty much across the board, across all of them. Nothing too special, but overall, everything's getting a bit easier in that regard. Then we have the Agris Essence being lowered, which was mentioned at the ball. So the 0 to Pry is going to go from 12 to 8. Then we have to Duo going from 15 to 10. Try going from 20 to 12. And then finally, the Tet is going from 50 all the way down to 20. Further, the exchange count and required quantity for some of the Olvia coins will also be lowered. So here the count was 10 and 30 quantity. Now it's going to be 20 exchanges for a quantity of 10 for the Primordial Crystal. The Primordial Spark is going to be exchangeable 10 times. The other Primordial Crystals also 10 times and 10 times there as well. Concerning the Pen Kharazad accessories, Aliston Invelia will be giving us the quest for that. This quest will be added, and you hand over 10 Essences of Dawn and 50 Sharp Black Crystal Shards, and you will pretty much get 1 accessory. You do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. No, 6 times. Sorry, 6 times, which means it's going to be 60 Essences of Dawn and 400 Sharps. Right? No, 300. Messed that up. Either way, you also get the Kharazad Accessory Enhancement Support exclusive adventure log. There's going to be a new adventure log. This will help you in the enhancement from Pen to Oct, at least for one of them, it seems. Overall, you do have to complete a few conditions. For example, Igor Bartali's adventure log will give you a 180 stack. Crow's Nest, Crow's Mercenary quest is going to get you an Ancient Hammer for Pen. So this is going to be an Ancient Hammer for the Pen to Hex. Then we have the Light Immortal Crow Emblem quest, which is going to give you an Ancient Blackstone for Pen. This is a guaranteed enhancement up. Then we have another one for Marandora's Blessing. We get some Essences of Dawn. Light of the Morning Light, Goblin's Gift, or the one who commands, you get another Ancient Hammer, then you get another Pen Copper. Here we can see a 210 Valk's Advice. Then we have a hammer that goes from Hex to Sept. Then we have a guaranteed Hex to Sept, some more Essences of Dawn. Then another Hex to Sept, Hex to Sept guaranteed, and a Sept to Alt guaranteed, which mostly includes Black Shrine personal and solo, and then also the party bosses, and then finally all 12 chapters will give you that final one. There is obviously here the details, but overall, the hammer protects, while the Blackstone will pretty much guarantee the tap. If you already have everything and you don't really need it, a processing formula has been added, so you'll be able to convert them. You can get for the hammers 200 crown stones, 300, 1,000. For the bigger ones, 1,500, 2,000, or 1,500 for the down gloves. This got mentioned at the top. Also, a processing formula has been added so that hammer type items, which were previously obtainable through events, can also be turned into crown stones. So this is the Jay's Hammer, Ancient Hammer, and the Hammer of Creation. You can also turn them into 1,000 crown stones, or you can keep them for pretties. Also, a quest has been added for a Pen Artina Soul. This is going to be available for items with a shy character. So you exchange it for a bronze stage. So you hand over a Pen Tuvala Soul, and then you get your Artina Soul. Crafting recipe for the King's Sovereign secondary weapon has also been added. So you have the Sovereign weapon, Black Star sub weapon with 1 Primordial Flame and the Twilight Gem. Then we also get a free Garmoth Heart. This is going to also be available for everybody. This is the Garmoth Heart that you got at 200 cumulative family playtime. Now it's going to be at 100. Completion conditions remain the same as before. You got to complete Magnus. And with the addition of the Garmoth Heart from the Olvia Academy, you can now obtain a total of 2, which includes this challenge. Also, they're lowering the difficulty for the infinite potions, so overall the Artina elements exchangeable on the Olvia coins has been reduced from 10 to 5, or the coins needed. The number of Artina elemental exchanges that can be has also been increased from 10 to 40 times. The number of monsters required to be defeated in the monster extermination quest has also been changed from 2,000 to 1,000, and you will still get your 25 essence from that. And the currency exchange, it is now possible to exchange the Artina elements in the season token of adventure, which will come up in a moment. Here we have the season pass renewal, so we have a few things like a 15-day Celestial Horn, 4 slots, a horse, Fugar's a whip, Elion's Tears, fragments, pretty much nothing crazy here. But we have the 50 Adventurers tokens, which pretty much covers the top up here with the Autonomous elements. You also get a Pen Tuvala set pretty much inside of here. At least the one main weapon, 1 secondary weapon, the full armor set, 1 accessory box, and then you still get the Kidix crystal. It's weird that they didn't remove that. You get your Awakening weapon box, a few other goodies, then another 100 adventure tokens, and then another Tuvala accessory box. So it's still going to save you, giving you those free accessories, but you get to choose pretty much. When opening the first box, you obtain a belt, 1 earring, and 1 ring. Oh, you actually do get pretty much everything. And when you open the second one, you get a necklace, 1 earring, and 1 ring. So you won't be able to won't really need to tap Tuvala anymore from the looks of it. Then we also have the Gift Filled with Memories, which was previously given as a letter upon season graduation, has been changed to Season Graduation Commemorative Gift Box. And its contents are a graduation pack to 100 stacks, a golden graduation gown still, 500 crown stones, a crescent moon, a 7-day old moon scroll. Then we have the 10 tears of Elion, some loot scrolls, Giovanni scrolls, the Spirit Stone, messengers, luxury perfumes, and 10 Finto meals. So overall, it's going to be quite a big thing. Then we have the agent pretty much being released. Nothing too crazy there right now. We don't know too much. His name is Edward Henry Canary. Deadeye calls him Eddie. With the release of the new class, you'll be able to expand the character slots from 44 to 47. 1 season ticket will also be issued, and the Abyssal Legacy skill will be added later. It has also been added that you can create your own maid with the appearance of the agent. And then finally, we have Agent Pre-Experience currently on Global Labs. This is mostly if you want to make use of them on Global Labs before Thursday. Otherwise, you can just wait. We have the developer commentary on the web on YouTube. Same for the agent main trailer and also the combat trailer. Overall, there's also the GM note about the new class. With that, however, on the patch day, we will also have the tag event for both Deadeye and Agent. For 1 silver, you'll be able to tag the class, so that's going to be a nice little benefit. Then we have Olvia Academy, the third class starting. So if you've already obtained the rewards, you can complete the previous 9 accounts, you can obtain them again. Additional rewards are only available through the pass. Here we have the admission schedule, so pretty much July 30th until November 12th is going to be this time. Any student at the Olvia Academy can accept the weekly quests at the quest board, and pretty much the graduation, the weekly commission schedule is going to be July 30th till November 11th, so there's going to be 1 day less on that. The second graduation schedule announcement, so again, second season will end on the 30th as well, and all lecture quests that are in progress will be cancelled. Typos and some descriptions of the farming in the Olvia Academy Pass has also been corrected. Then we have the new monster zone, the Gavina Coastal Cliff one. This is pretty much the solo Oluns. It's going to be at the top end of Road Sulphur. A new hunting ground is pretty much being added here. We have the recommended stats of 400 and 470 DP. This is a total stat of 1,990 and 820 DP. The attack power limit or upper limit is at 20,020. The effects are knockdown and bound. Pretty much it's solo Oluns. What is interesting, however, is that they will be introducing the exclusive top tier hunting grounds such as Pigment of Creation and Radiance of Creation and Corrupted Oils. So we have those, but we also have the main loot being mentioned here. Right now, it definitely looks like the teal and turquoise pigments are pretty much going to be on here. Probably not going to be at Zephyros, but we're going to have to see about that. There is no real mention about it. But yeah, we're going to have to see. We have the power core of the giant, fragments of the power core, the merchant ring for Oluns, obviously, Debo's immortal oil, and such. The trash loot is going to sit at 165,508 silver. As you can see, here we have the teal color. When opening the giant power core, you can obtain the Kabwa, Dekia, or damage reduction or evasion artifact. And if you open the shard, you get the following with a probability: a fragment of Kabwa or a fragment of Dekia. Further, the aggregate consumption per monster is going to sit at the Colossus, not available. On the other Colossus of Sulphur, it's going to be 16. The Sulphur Stalagmite is going to sit at 77. And we have 3 new titles being released. The Gavina Coastal Cliffs were added to Ellis Urban's landscape list as well, and it has been changed so that the landscape paint selection box, when you select it, can be chosen there as well. Further, we have some improvements for stable information. So the previous stable info UI allowed you to view horses stored in each region. However, it was difficult to quickly check information on mounts owned. So with this update, you can now view accurate information on all mounts in your family at once. It will now display mounts owned by your characters, mounts checked in at stable, and mounts stored in Crocodile Sanctuary, along with detailed information. The ability to check this, pretty much is there. The information display for the vehicle transfer button has also been improved. And then we have the filter button to the information screen. All allows you to check the mounts stored in the stable of all regions. Found mounts, you can only view mounts found by speaking to the stable keeper. And Crocodile's Nest, you can check the ones stored in there. Small thing, the display time for rare item acquisition has been changed from 5 to 5.6 seconds. The UI has also been changed to be displayed on the skill guide UI. The visual of the rare item acquisition has also been improved to be slightly more eye-catching, and the audio has been modified. Pretty much our cheer replacement. It's not that grand, but hey. Then we have some fixes and changes. Finally, they fixed some issues where you could not switch combat stance when underwater view was enabled in the die window. For classes whose awakening has not been revealed, the awakening tab window has been modified to be disabled and not functioning. They fixed an issue where stackable items were moved one by one when transferred from a warehouse to a bag. Then they fixed some issues where stats for the Phoenix tiers and Kieran's tiers modifications were not being applied correctly. So that's the Giran and Bongwang tiers, actually. The details regarding the acquisition available on the Phantom tier, I think that's a Hate tier, by difficulty level in the description of major items has been updated. Then they fixed some issue in the Solo Black Shrine where characters would intermittently die when exiting the shrine after failing to defeat, I think that's Songashki. 8 to 10. Intermittently, lag that occurred when changing characters during world boss times has been improved again. They fixed some issues with the character locations were not displayed when view family characters function after checking groundwater, territory, temperature, and humidity information. Then they fixed some issue where previous warehouse appeared to be selected when closing the world map with an exit button. Then they fixed some issue where workshop names were truncated. Some issues with cooldown would blink when opening the bag. Camera direction display when conversing with the specific NPC near Ilia Island dock. Unnatural wind at the entrance of the Northwest Calphion Forward base. Then we finally have a download for the Solar Window replay would not proceed if a title was not entered. And they fixed the issue where Tier 4, Tier 5, Tier 6 trade items were not linked in Grandina when refreshing a barter. And the Commander Appointment UI for the War of the Roses has been modified. I know this is quite late, but TLDR wise, I mean, the UI thing is always nice. UI improvements are always great. I am very curious if this will be the only place for the teal colors, or if it will just be added to all the quote unquote top tier hunting grounds, which does still include seemingly Star's End, Zephyros, and Sakraya, or if the teal is going to be exclusive for this zone. That would be a bit of a new precedent, but we're going to have to see about the details on that when it actually comes out. Olvia Academy, third class pretty much starting. The new class Agent, nothing grand there, but for those that want him, I will definitely be playing him once or twice, but it's not something I'm really interested in. Overall, the gains up here, I really love the fact that they're giving us the free Tuvala throughout the season. If you power level your character with a boost, you're pretty much going to get everything you need. That is very great, and in the sense of the players. Same thing for the potions, same for the Garmoth Heart. The free sub weapon, really great. The fact that we can get Cronstones from hammers that we no longer need, and also Cronstones from the items that we will not need if you already have them, while the new players definitely get a big leg up. Really great way of handling that. And then finally, we have obviously the exchanges for pen, the boss armors, everything on this is definitely a great way to have people catch up, but at the same time reward the players that have already progressed. And with that, I do wish you the best of luck still, and I'll hopefully see you around.